Right, well, this video is all about Stephen Bradshaw, the post office investigator, and he does still, apparently, he does still work at the post office. I'm revisiting this because on my previous video I didn't put any intro or anything, and anyway, he's been described as a mafia gangster like character, and on his questioning they described him as using language. He's using language out of a 1970s cop TV series. I can only think they meant the Sweeney. They didn't actually mention that. That's the sort of thing that yeah, no, he does seem a bit of a character, this fella. But he has been described as aggressive, intimidatory, harassing, bullying. They are all words that I do think describe him. The other interesting thing is what he's wearing. He's wearing this black shirt and this black tie. I can't think really that's quite the correct thing to wear for something like that. But you do get his character come along. And the only thing I think of when I listen to him, rather than obviously look at him, he doesn't look anything like him, but is the Lily Savage character on TV. With that high, the high pitched voice. I'm not quite sure whether I can do it. But that's what it reminds me of. When I just listen to it, and not look at it, of course. The other thing with these investigators, apparently they got a bonus. They got some sort of bonus for success. So if the person was convicted, they actually got, I'm not sure of the percentage, but they got a percentage of the money that they were done for. Like, say 25,000, they would get some percentage of that. Which, if that's the case, that's absolutely extraordinary, really. Because what do you imagine if the police carried on like that, and a policeman got a percentage of convicting somebody? Well, they would never go after anybody with certain types of crimes because there's no money in it for them. If they're incentivized by money, if the police, goodness sake, which they're not at all. They've got to have different incentives. I no doubt, I've no idea what they are. But these fellas, and there's clearly no investigation whatsoever. And obviously, the Horizon's at the neck of it as causing the problems, and there's no evidence they've taken the money. He's asking where the money is and all this, that, and the other. Well, they haven't taken any money. That's just absolutely disgraceful. And then they're bullied into, these poor people are bullied into pleading guilty to something they've not done. And then there's this other poor lady. She got convicted. I mean, honestly, it's just absolutely disgraceful. But anyway, that is the core participants. But if you go, I'll put the link to his witness statement and that. But if you go into any part of it, you'll see what sort of our character he is. But it always gets a little bit hotter in the core participants at the end. Anyway, if you do like this sort of thing, do put a comment as to let me know what you think, because I've lost all the comments when I put up the other video and that. I've lost all those comments now. But do put a comment as to what you think he was. And although he's one of the lower down people, he's not part of the management or whatsoever. But you know, it's the whole thing comes down from the top. And then he was given a statement. He says he was given a statement by the he like, I don't mean he read it or not, but he didn't understand. He just signed it, and he clearly knew. I think he knew that Horizon was not quite right. He said it. Oh yeah, I was aware of the computer. He didn't read Computer Weekly, but he was aware of it. Trust me, I think everybody. Well, I know that everybody in the post office all knew there was something wrong. There's programs on Radio 4. I remember at the time listening to them, and there's a Computer Weekly article. I didn't know about that, I have to say, but he and he just claims he didn't know at all. Well. Maybe that's the case, but I just find that very, very unlikely. So, anyway, I do hope you enjoy this sort of thing. Thank you.
question to you, and I'll ask it again, was that do you accept that telling postmasters that they are the only one, and we have 49 clients who say that's what they were told, and telling sub-postmasters that they could be prosecuted or go to prison, and we have 61 clients who said that is how they were treated, that was pretty standard, that was pretty typical, wasn't it?
If people in the post office, investigators, have said that, that's completely wrong. I can categorically say I have never said that to people, that you're the only one.
Well, let's look at your behaviour, shall we? If I could ask...
I've had to put these clips. I've put the full clip in the description, and the core participants is towards the end. But the sound quality when I record it is so bad that I just thought it's a better way to do that.
I do not call anybody that type of name. And she did know who it was because she received an email from me on the 10th of November.
You have shown in your evidence today that you are prepared to be aggressive. You tell people in interviews to get up earlier. Other people have described you as very confrontational. This is the way you behaved, isn't it?
That's not correct, no.
Do you accept you behaved unprofessionally?
No.
Do you accept that it was part of the culture within the investigation team to intimidate and abuse sub-postmasters?
No. A phone call will be made to arrange an interview at a convenient time and date.
Well, let's move to another client, Rita Threlfall.